So let's get into it. Why do modern women get so upset with leaders and men who present and have those masculine presenting traits? What is it about them that gets so triggery, frustrating? And what can we do to kind of get past that so we can all win together? So here are some things that I came up with. One, he holds them accountable. I mean, it's quite obvious that sometimes when somebody shows you who you really are, you're not ready for it. And in fact, you kind of cringe and go, you know what, you're not for me, I don't need this, leave me alone. And it's typically because you're not ready for change, because you're scared of who you can become. A better you, a more valiant you. And that scares a lot of people. Some people actually like who they are, even if it's not the best version of them that they can possibly be. They're comfortable with it. And sometimes comfort kills doubt, right? So yeah. Another one is he's not over intimidated by women. So sometimes those types of men, because they're not over intimidated by them, they're not ruled by them. And so sometimes it's a lot easier to move a room and shake a room when you have the dice in your hands, right? He's honest, but he's respectable about it. This is a key one too, because sometimes people can be really honest, but you know that whole saying that they say, I'm brutally honest. Oh, why do you have to be so brutal about it though? You can get your point across without having to hurt people. There's a way to go about it. And elegant people know how to be honest without having to be brutal and ridiculous about it. Another one is he's got an edge, and as psychology states, somebody with the capability of aggression without the use of it. Jordan Peterson often talks about that. Having the whole Beauty and the Beast concept, where you've got your gentlemanly side, but you've got that beast within, right? The thing that's there laying dormant, not being used with this active civil society standard that we have, but it's there when a certain situation arises. This is something that typically women need to see, women should see, but women trigger to want to see all the time. This is another issue that we have here. Sometimes men are even going to jail because women are like, where's your beast within? Show it. How come you're not really, are you not man enough? Show me your beast. Not nice, ladies. He needs to protect it and keep it away from you, or else he's going to use that beast onto you. And trust me, you don't want that. That's not a nice sight to see. So this type of man actually provokes and pisses women off, because this is the type of man that actually reveals the realistic side to these women, that they're not living in a Disney fantasy, that if you kiss several frogs you won't get a prince. That's not really how it works in this modern world. And showing that to a woman can provoke her. And in doing that, it actually showcases that, another point, you have no humility. You're showcasing you have no modesty and humility to you. And that oftentimes you like to pedestalize who you are just for the sake of your sex. And it doesn't necessarily, the world didn't grant you that or owe you that. Just because you're a woman, it doesn't mean you're above a certain person because everybody needs to kiss your feet in order to bear you a child. It's not how it works. It's a two-way street, right? And that just existing is not good enough. Women, just because you exist, it doesn't make you special. You still have to have a certain set of skills that you provide to somebody, a certain sense of demeanor, a demure about you, being poised, learn some skills, hone in on yourself. Don't just be a woman and pretty and that's it. It's not enough. It's enough now, but it won't be enough later. And the longer and earlier that you learn this, the better your life will be, I promise you, my dear. I'm here for you, and I'm here for the men too. I love everybody. Love each other. And that the last thing, which is kind of an obvious one, is that we'll never be equal. We're being sold an idea to be equal, but we will never be equal because the services that we provide are never equally equated. And it's actually part of the beauty of it. We oftentimes are frustrated by this inequality, but it's in the inequality that we need each other. That's the necessity of our beauty. And this is what brings us forces together instead of apart. And if we're equal, we will never come together, because why would we when we provide the same services? Inequality is beauty, trust me. And the sooner you'll see that, the sooner you can all come together. Now, let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on all of this and why you believe that this is either a good thing or a bad thing. And is this a thing in general? Do we even need to discuss the subject? Does it even matter to you? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, honey. But we're trying to make society a civil place again. We want everybody to come together and be civil and cordial with each other, but with some heated fire within them. Let's talk. Let's get hot in those comments down below, huh? Toodaloo.